Hello. Shut up.
I know. Would you like to elaborate?
Excuse me.
Hi, welcome back to By the Way with Jordan and Chris. My name is Chris.
It rhymes with piss.
And that's Jordan.
Rhymes with ported.
Rhymes with Horden. Why poor?
Everybody, because Jordan ported pudding in pie.
Oh, like Georgie Porgy pudding in pie.
Yeah.
Kissed the girl and made him cry when the boys came out to play.
And
Georgie
it did make me
Porgy.
cry when I kissed a girl.
No, it
So
did
then
not.
I went to
No,
boys.
it did not. Don't lie.
I kissed a girl and I liked it.
The taste of
Her cherry lipstick.
chapstick.
No, I know, but I was like,
Oh.
oops.
Oh! Did her lips stick together?
No, mama.
Oh.
Spread wide open. Yo!
And we're back.
Are you enjoying
Are
your
we
milk
live?
and sugar that
Are
I
we
gave
live?
you?
Yeah, I am enjoying this.
That I tried to get a coffee and was brutally shat right in my face.
Don't
about-
lie. You probably asked for all this cream and sugar.
I did not.
What did you
know I
order?
did
What did
not.
you order? What was the order?
A caramel iced coffee. Which I know. No. Hold on. Before you even speak, close the mouth. Yeah, I already know. Because it says, by the way, that's one cream. One. That's all I asked for. One cream.
That's not
That
the
is
truth.
not one
This
cream,
is not
Mary.
the cream. No.
I can show you my order. I asked for one cream.
This is not one cream.
That is like 712 cream. That's a cup of cream.
This is a
That
cup
they
and a
threw
half.
a couple pumps of caramel into and then
A
like no
couple.
coffee.
This is a lot of caramel. This is
I
my
know.
wet dream.
One
girl.
caramel, one cream.
My-
That's all I asked for.
It's like you went in
Girl.
and said, "Give Christopher the
Yeah.
coffee that he
Yeah.
wants,
And
cream,
nothing that I
sugar,
want.
and a drip of coffee."
Yeah, and all ice.
Thank you for bringing that for me. It's like such a sweet treat to have you have a mistake in your life and like immediately think of me.
Give it to you.
It's like
You are my
incredible.
mistake in my life.
Thank you.
It's the best
Thank
mistake
you.
in my life.
Are we live?
You're the best mistake mommy ever made.
I'll splice that together. I'll make it. I'll make it sound I'll make that sound like a compliment somehow.
Do you think you were a mistake? Mystique was a mistake.
Rue?
The point. Girl, so this is about to be a pop culture centric episode. I
Get
have a
ready.
feeling.
If you're over it, get over it now.
I have two things immediately to talk to
Speak
you
on
about,
it.
and then
Let's
one
speak
is
on
going to
it.
transition to something we're both going to have a lot to say about.
Okay.
One,
I would
first,
love to hear it.
Number one. Actually, I have a few things to talk about, but we're going to start with
Okay.
number one.
Yeah.
Do you know who Gene Hackman is?
Oh my god.
Gene Crackman?
Oh my god. No.
No.
I don't know who
So
Gene
you're about to be wigged about this real life scenario that sounds like a film.
Uh-huh.
So Gene Hackman, he's an old actor.
Okay.
He's like 90 something years old. He's married to some
Oh.
60-year-old woman.
He's an old hack.
She's gorgeous, whatever.
Oh.
Recently, the end of last month, them and their dog were
Yeah.
all found dead in their house. Okay.
Oh my god.
But
But they're all old.
foul play.
Oh, and the dog.
No, and the dog. No foul play. No like robbery. No nothing, right?
This is a true crime
So
podcast,
then, of course,
by the way.
literally, now it's a true crime podcast. So then, of course, the assumption is carbon monoxide probably killed him in their sleep because they were both in bed. So,
My first thought was the dog shot him, then shot himself.
which would be plausible.
Yeah, very.
So, with their opposable thumbs that they definitely have.
Caught red pod.
Shut up.
Oh,
Red.
red for Phil.
So they test.
This is
nothing.
real.
No carbon monoxide.
Wow.
So now they're like, "Fuck, we're gonna have to do full blown
Girl,
autopsies."
why couldn't it just be
Right.
carbon monoxide already?
Well,
No.
it comes out yesterday.
Uh-huh.
The results.
I'm
He,
shaking.
at 90 something years old.
Yeah.
So let's say, I think it was, okay, I'm going to literally, I have this shit memorized. I feel like February 9th.
You were the private.
I was
February
Daily
9th,
Mail.
They brought you onto the
Girl,
case.
I've been studying Daily Mail for about a day and a half
So
straight.
you're lucky I don't follow that no
I
more. You're like giving
know.
me some real tea.
So February 9th,
Yeah.
the wife brings home the dog from the vet.
Yeah.
He had a surgery.
Okay.
Still in the crate.
Okay.
So they obviously were crating the dog overnight because he was recovering from
yes.
surgery.
Yes.
So she, on February 11th,
Oh my god.
dies from a rare rat-borne disease
What?
that you can get from mouse droppings and stuff around you, rats, and it's like presents like the flu, but it can attack your lung infection or attack your lungs, give you an infection, and kill you. So she dies
From rats.
from a rat. Okay, he in bed. He has such advanced Alzheimer's.
No.
He does not know that she is dead. So he lives with her for like a week.
And just his mind is
The
not
dead
there,
body
girl.
and the dog is trapped in the crate.
So
So he The dog starves and dies. He then dies in his sleep from Alzheimer's. Then they're both not found for like another week.
He dies just not from the mouse?
No, he had a heart problem and no, because he didn't have any signs of the disease in his autopsy. He tested negative. She had the virus and he didn't. So he literally died. He had like a heart disease and Alzheimer's. He dies in his sleep. They're not found for another week. They said by the time they found them, she was like mummifying. She had been there for so long. So she was there for like 2.5 weeks. He was there for like a week and a half. The dog had been dead for a few days. Yeah. How about that shit? In their $3.8 million mansion, of course, they had to mention that part too. And of course, then everybody's pissed. Where were the daughters? Why weren't they checking in and calling? Like, well, they said the daughters hadn't spoken to them for like a month.
Well, the daughters are probably old enough to have Alzheimer's too. If you're 97, the daughters are 70 something. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest.
Also, like, where is like you have this big giant house, you don't have any help, you don't have anybody help. Like,
the T is where are the jokes?
Where's everybody at? Where's security? Where's the help? What's going on?
Not the help.
Well, you know, the staff of the house. So
yeah, we're the cleaners.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, found dead.
So every night he was going to bed like, good night, Mabel, or whatever her name was.
Not even realizing.
And he didn't notice the dog screaming like, I'm starving to death. Hello.
No. Well, no. Okay, so I think what happened was he put the dog in the crate for the night and then died in his sleep, but then they were not found for another week and a half. So then in that time, the dog died.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Why is it sad that I'm the most upset about the dog?
The dog dying.
Because
he couldn't do anything.
And he's just like, what's going on? And scared.
Yeah, I know.
Why did you start... And after we lost an hour of sleep and I'm on edge.
On edge. Mama edge.
At least you have a security blanket. What do I have?
My emotional security blanket. You have your emotional security jacket that PP bought you.
Thank you. Thank you. Please line. Well, fake.
Oh. Which you can't feel because you have a hoodie on underneath it. So it doesn't matter.
I feel it on the inside.
Do you have the tights on?
No.
Oh, because you already wore them this week.
Because I wore them too many days in a row. But at least I have your foot warmers you bought me.
And double socked.
Triple
D.
Actually, is it triple or quadruple? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Because there's one under this.
Oh my God.
Base pair, SpongeBob.
A base
this
pair.
One.
So anyway, so that was the craziest news.
That's crazy.
True crime.
Oh my God.
I know. Switching topics completely.
So anyways.
To happier news.
Happier.
Okay, so before we
there's not happier news.
I have a segue into mayhem. Okay. But I have to tell you what's going on.
The Lady Gaga album for the Straits.
Lady Gaga album. So there has been
their segue, yeah.
In both, she's talked about it in both a variety ASMR interview she did.
Not ASMR, girl. I'm sick of those.
She talked about it in the Vanity Fair lie detector test interview she did.
I watched that.
The Beyonce telephone. Yeah. She talked about it again on this ASMR.
Again.
And she said, she said it exists and it's coming.
Oh.
I mean, she said it exists.
Hi. PP. I just saw feet. After the whole death story, I was like,
it's coming, girl. I know.
My imminent death from these ominous feet or Lady Gaga's telephone.
You know what? I think we're getting a deluxe album, and I have a feeling it's going to be on there. This feels... I was listening again to the album on the way here. I listened to the whole thing. And
I listened to it at Walmart earlier
yes.
with my headphones on, and I turned my noise blocking on so I don't have to hear nobody. I'm like, let me listen to Lady Gaga.
So when there's a fire and you die in Walmart, it'll be...
I'll die happy.
So,
I'll die happy.
In your proper home.
And then I could be Zombie Boy.
Call back to he was found at home dead. Walmart.
With a Walmart receipt in his hand.
No, you'll be at Walmart, girl.
Oh.
Dead.
At his home. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
God, Jesus. So I was listening again and I was like, you know what? It feels... First of all, leave it to Lady Gaga. Okay, so we're transitioning. Leave it to Lady Gaga to... bring back full-length songs.
Thank you.
10 out of 10.
Thank you.
And not go too long.
Thank
Adele,
you.
Love you, girl. But these 7-minute songs were a lot.
Oh.
And I love them.
Drag her.
They're great songs. I sing the shit out of them. But they're a little long.
After about 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
We're pushing it.
I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, we're pushing
it.
So Gaga brought back the proper length of songs.
I think I agree.
But
the TikTok
you know
shortened memories, it's like too much. People are doing like 2 minutes and 30. I'm like, why is it only 2 minutes and 30 seconds?
It's Alzheimer's. Oh.
Perfect for somebody like me. Yeah. No wonder I live for them.
So the tea is, though, it feels short. It doesn't feel. I mean,
The album?
yeah, which is weird because it's 14 songs long and it's still about an hour.
It
but
does feel
short.
It feels a little. I agree with
you.
you.
It feels like there's more coming.
And she thought she'd be slick by putting that Bruno Mars one at the end.
The end.
Girl, that's not mayhem. I saw you dancing in that blue and red outfit with Bruno Mars acting a fool on that little. I'm like, girl, that is not mayhem.
No, I don't think it. I was shocked, and she was so vocal that it was not going to be on the album. It was just an extra little bonus song that they put, and they
her label made her do it and said it's too short, girl.
It feels like something happened.
And then she put 3 of the same songs. They're like music videos on the album too. So if you're like, at least on Apple Music, it shows like, ooh, it's like an hour and 30 minutes. I was like, yes. And I was like, why is it over? And I looked and it showed her 3 music videos at the end of that album that will play automatically in the album.
Oh, Disease,
and if you're only
yes,
and
Die with a Smile.
I'm like, girl, we don't need those.
I haven't even watched the Disease one. Bloop. I know, bad
music video.
Yeah,
it's good.
You know why though? Because Disease isn't really my favorite song.
Between the two, I would pick Abracadabra for sure.
Same.
But the
I don't love
good.
that it starts with Disease either. TBH. Doesn't feel like a start song to me. I think that's why. I feel like there's another one on there that feels more start vibes to me.
How do you feel about all these comments I was reading? Remember when I saw you moments ago, 2 nights ago, I said, I live for all these songs, not a single skip. And I said, the only one I don't like is Killa. Girl, people are eating that up.
Loves Killa.
Everybody loves it.
My friend Jen just
what
texted me that
I
she
cannot
loves Killa.
believe it. So when it came on today, I'm like, maybe I'm crazy. But I don't want to let other people's likes influence mine. Be like,
I do kind of like
love
it.
I still don't live.
Like it.
It's giving
still
Bowie.
My favorite.
It's David Bowie.
But to me,
it's cute.
That's
like,
almost
no.
like the starter song. Like to me, that should have maybe started the album with that like Killa that she does like right at the beginning. Like that to me feels more intro vibes.
I would have not liked it. I don't know.
I just don't live for Disease.
It actually, know it. It kind of feels like 2 vibes in one. Sometimes I'm like, this is mayhem, and sometimes I'm like, this is not mayhem.
It transitions toward the
end.
It
does
to a slower vibe, to the Die with a Smile vibe.
But I like.
But I want to know, so that's where I'm like,
not
where
Die
is
with a Smile? Freaking the Blade of Grass. Like, there's some cute love songs in there, like
Yeah.
that make me like, oh my god, emotional.
Blade of Grass
It just
is
seems
pretty
like 2
good.
different albums, kind of. But I live.
So my top 3,
Yes. Abracadabra
is number 2.
Okay, what's your
2
first?
or 3?
I
can't
what?
decide. If
What's
it's
your
2 or 3.
first?
Number 1 is oh my god, what the frick is the name of it?
I'll
I don't
pull
have
up
the
the
songs.
name.
in my- I know Garden of Eden is the one that's either 2 or 3 for me as well.
See, I already had it up.
See, Garden of Eden and Abracadabra could interchange for me. Zombie Boy, number 1. Period. point
I
blank,
don't
end of
understand. I
period.
mean, it's okay, but
It's so my vibe, the disco vibe, the background music to me in this album is the winner.
I agree.
I think the lyrics are
I
fine
agree.
and her singing is obviously amazing.
The lyrics
but
are, like,
the
okay.
background, the production is really kind of the hit.
And
of
she
the
was in
album.
on all that stuff too. I've seen all them behind the
I
scenes. She
believe
was like
it.
in there on the little
But
devices.
that's why I feel like this is the perfect time that Beyonce's, because it's the rock album and you know that she's going to put out her 3rd rock album. I'm telling you, this is going to be the moment where the Telephone Part 2 comes out. There's a reason that this shit's been being asked about all of a sudden, and she approves all those
and
damn
she's like
questions.
willing, and she's willing to talk
yeah,
about
they have
it.
to approve them. So, and Beyonce's putting out the rock album. She's got
Beyonce
this kind
told
of
her to
rock
do
album.
it. Beyonce has.
They
She
said,
said,
it's time,
she
girl.
texted Beyonce
It's
and
time.
said, "You." Oh, Beyonce texted Gaga and said, "You up?" And
Yeah.
Gaga said, "Yes, Queen. What's the tea?" She said, "We're doing part 2.
It's time.
And she said, "You're gonna speak on it."
It's time. I kind of always thought Video Phone was maybe a part of it, but I guess it wasn't. But Video Phone.
Oh,
That's the Beyonce one
yes!
that Lady Gaga's featured on.
Which nobody remembers.
I love that
It's
song.
good.
That used to be my ringback tone on my cell phone.
Speaking of, not the ring back
The
tone.
ringback tone.
Girl, back. You're taking it back.
Girl, if you don't know what a
aged yours-
ringback tone is,
Girl,
Google it, honey.
Google it,
was the
girl.
best time in cell phones.
These little Y2K youngins
you
don't
could be
even
listening
know.
to like the best songs while you were waiting for some flop ass to answer the phone.
Why'd you look at me when you said
I
it?
said what I said.
Speaking of new albums, remember when I was gagging about Rebecca Black's new album about to come out? It finally did last week.
I did not listen.
7 songs, by the way.
So it's like an EP.
She doesn't call it an EP. She calls
Girl,
it an album.
If it's 7 songs,
it's an EP.
EP.
It's
She was just on Trixie's YouTube channel.
I know, I watched it.
I did.
21 minutes.
EP.
Bloop. But get this.
Oh, so they're short.
But get-
What's 21
but
divided by
girl.
7? Oh, I guess 3 minutes. I
3.
guess that's fine.
But the tea is, they're good.
Oh,
They're
good.
They're good.
I would love. I mean, listen. We were talking about this in the car.
They're
the other
good,
night
girl.
about,
They're dancing. Yes, Rebecca.
Mason, Aaron, Caitlin, and
Rebecca.
I were talking in the car the other night about like the resurgence of like child stars coming back recently.
Rebecca
You
Crack.
have, Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande. You have, oh my gosh, who was Lindsay Lohan? Like all these people that are making these comebacks. Paris Hilton, all of them. And I would be so down if Rebecca Black had her moment too. She deserves it.
And
she fucking lived through hell with that little
And you know what
Friday,
the tea is? We all read her to filth. But we all remember exactly who she is, and now we stan her.
Yeah, we sure do. Glee fucking did the song,
I made
girl.
the fun of her back in the day. I was like, but
Listen,
I'm like,
she got her song on Glee. That's enough. She
Girl.
probably made bank.
Oh my
for a
gosh,
while
she did.
off that.
She was in Katy Perry's last Friday night music video. I totally forgot about that. Hello, until I seen it at the club with you the other night.
From Glee.
I was like, oh, and
was it on there?
Yes,
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
You
that.
would not have remembered.
It's a shame because I love that video and that song.
I listened to her entire. If you like EDM music, Google or go on YouTube. It's Rebecca Black Boiler Room live set.
They talked about
an
that.
hour, and I actually talked about it.
Yeah.
I had already seen it, girl. It was in my list, and then I watched
not really
it again.
for me.
Girl, it was up.
But I'm not an EDM.
An hour of just Rebecca on that little thing. The tea is, since I've watched it so many times and like perused the comments.
Yeah.
There's this
Perused.
like Feijo in the like right behind her, half the thing. He's being
Yeah.
so annoying. Poppers, girl. And they keep cutting the camera right before he puts it to his nose so they don't get like demonetized or something.
Of course.
But then I didn't notice it till the second or third time. But at some point you're like, oh, where did he go? Like he's gone. I'm like, okay, he like moved
Take
or
it
whatever.
out.
And then I read the comments and they're like, you know where he went? Click to this second. And you can see in the background security like getting him out.
Lame.
And you see these like literally dragging him out. And I was like, yeah.
He must have been fucked up.
Girl, he offered her some. You can go, and he's like, and she's like, no. It's like, girl, keep the poppers away from
Girl,
Rebecca
everybody's
while
doing it
she's
at the clubs, though.
she's there. Girl, leave her alone. Then they put up a barrier mid video.
Keep her away.
They put a barrier around her like metal. Girl, but I live. Sorry, just me gushing about Rebecca Black for 35
about Rebecca
minutes.
Black, who looks very good too. She's changed a lot.
She looks good. She looks good, and she still has her
does.
tickle bitties. She's the one.
Tickle bitties.
She's the one. I live.
Listen,
Listen to her album. It's called Salvation.
Salvation.
And that gun that she has on on the album cover. I'm like, you know, her gun, that like gun, she rhinestoned herself, as I learned on the Trixie video. She was like up all night rhinestoning that. I was
On
like,
a
girl,
budget.
see, look at
A-
this
a
girl.
woman
She's
on
a
a
working
budget.
girl. A working girl pounding the
That's a
pavement.
drag queen.
And she is.
Rhinestoning a gun.
Girl, rising from the ashes.
Let's take a break.
We'll be right back. I need
With more Lady Gaga.
I need a
You
moment.
need to calm down
I need
about Rebecca Black. Girl, cue the track.
We thought it was. Oh, hold on.
It's up to you, baby girl.
Is this the one? It is.
Yes. And we're back.
Heated.
You are heated.
Comfortable in her skin that I'm gonna wear when I'm her next of kin.
You love to switch up songs too. That's not the same song.
What?
Heated and then
Cozy.
comfortable in my skin.
Cozy. Oh, you're right.
I
Those
know.
are literally the titles.
The
Heated
two
and
titles.
I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, girl, totally different.
Are you ready to pop off about these horrible, disgusting results? Of
Oh,
some
God.
recent
I kinda
award
forgot.
shows? Girl, I did not forget. I've been waiting.
The Oscars, girl. They happened. The 97th, which isn't it crazy to think about? We're going to be around for the 100th Oscars.
We might not.
Well,
We might get
not
a
be allowed to be
rat
here.
disease.
Well, we might not be allowed in this country soon enough. So,
Hey,
you know, I'm down. I'm down to go to Italy.
I'll
Or
find my
Greece.
joy somewhere else.
Where do you think you would move to if you had to?
So you can't ask questions like that because I'm gonna like really get into it. I'm like,
Off the top of your head, what's the dream country right now? Go.
country,
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Oh, why?
Or Germany, because it's for me, EDM. They have a really good EDM scene. They're like gay friendly. Germany's the
You
one.
can't say Germany, not now.
Oh,
Not in this country.
I know, and I'm part German too. Bloop. Oh!
Come on. Oh, I can't say your last name.
Oh,
Shake
spit
it.
just went out, girl.
So Switzerland? Why Switzerland?
Because
Is it the only one you knew?
no, Switzerland and girl, shut the hell up. They have good chocolate
You just kept going right over it.
and
They have good chocolate. Oh my god. You're fucking a rat for that.
that's
I
the
hear they have
title.
good chocolate.
The title is "Moving to Switzerland for the Good Chocolate."
Just good chocolate in Switzerland. Make it. Put your little email in, girl. Good chocolate in Switzerland.
That or because if you look at
So I hear they have great chocolate.
oh my god, if you look at the results for happiest countries, it's like Sweden and Switzerland are like up there, girl.
Well, then they're not welcoming you in, honey, because you're about to bring the vibes right back down.
What do you mean by that? I'm a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. What do you mean by that?
A happy-go-lucky kind of guy. Oh, my face hasn't woken up yet, so raising my eyebrows that much made my forehead tingle.
I thought that last night, if I fooled myself into being like, I'll just set my alarm 1 hour earlier, I'll have enough sleep. But then I realized I already lost an hour.
So then you lost
So I
2
lost-
hours. You dingbat.
Stupid. that.
You little dingbat.
I said
Your
watch
lip
it.
is quivering. You're shaking so much right now. Your lip
It's
is
the lack of
literally
sleep.
quivering.
It's like 2 hours of sleep I lost. And get this. When I went to Walmart this morning, I was like, oh, Sunday's their busiest day. Like, they're going to be swamped from all the after-church hosts. Girl.
Dead because it's
Dead because
lost an
everybody's
hour.
like
I know.
zombified.
When I went and got my little Brekky at Mickey-D's and got that fucking
Start over. Don't you dare say got my Brekky
at
in
Milky-D at Mickey at Milky-D's.
Never mind. The new
Mama,
title is
talk
Getting
about
Brekky at
Milky-D's.
Milky-D's. That's the new one. Getting my...
Send both. We'll decide later. Brekky at Milky-D's or chocolate in Switzerland. Oh God. It was dead. I thought the drive-thru would be crazy. It was dead. as a rock.
dead. I was like, oh.
I live.
Me too.
Okay, back to the Oscars.
Yeah, I forgot about that for a minute.
So okay, winners aside for a moment, we're gonna get there. But before we do, let's start with a positive note. And then is the pop off today just the Oscars?
Let me make sure. Because that's...
Do you have anything else to complain about today?
No.
Okay, so it could be the second part of this conversation.
No, actually there kind of is, but it can... Because I'm still pissed about something that happened to AutoZone recently. So stay tuned for next week when I talk about my...
Get in the zone.
AutoZone.
So, Oscars. Talking... So, first and foremost, the only amazing thing that happened that entire night was in the first fucking 15 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank God for them showing up and putting on the performance of a lifetime. I also
And by
did
we're
not
talking
watch
about
it.
Ariane.
Ariane.
I know. I was like, what is it?
Ariane.
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 Talking about
Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. So, but first and foremost, so I also had to watch it online later because, like, I didn't stream.
I
the
only
Oscars.
watched it online
Sorry.
later. I didn't
Yeah.
know they put it at the beginning. If they're smart, they would have put them at the end so that all of
They were
FAGs
the
would have
opener.
waited.
They were the opener.
Girl, what-
Oh, and it came out online.
I know.
58%
Dropped.
dropped.
People
after
said,
that
I'm not watching
performance.
this.
Girl, and rightfully so.
Right.
So, anywhoozles. So, what I didn't see though in the online video until I watched somebody that like reacted to it or whatever.
Yeah.
There was a whole little like video thing they showed, and it was so cute. It started with like Dorothy clicking her slippers, and then it was like all about going home to LA. So it's all these movie clips of people like traveling to LA.
I did see
and
that.
Hollywood
Yes,
stuff.
yes,
I was
yes.
like, oh, that's nice.
And people were talking about like,
Yeah.
home and this and that.
That was
And
cute.
then it comes Ari with the little rainbow.
Yes. That was cute. I had not seen that for a long time. I just was seeing where the rainbow came in.
Yeah.
When that fucking thing smashed and the cloud formed and those rays of light came down and that spot hit her and that I was by the way, shitting on the toilet, screaming,
Not on the toilet,
on the toilet, screaming. And I'm home alone, and she hit that. There was like one note.
Home alone on the toilet
Home
screaming.
alone on the toilet screaming. She hit this one note, and I was like, "You better fucking sing, bitch!" I was like, so like invested.
The rats in the sewer
Were
under your
shaking.
toilet heard that girl.
Shaking. And when she started Somewhere with the Rainbow, which we have like a live version of her singing that. It's like on Spotify.
I have heard that.
It
was not the same.
Concert
It was not the same.
It was not the same. Both are amazing. She sounds great in the other one too. But
TT.
it was a completely kind of different version. She had all these different little runs and melody lines and all that stuff. That bitch was like, let me remind y'all how I sing live.
And I'm glad she started because Cynthia then sang the rest of the whole thing.
I know.
It's
Well,
like
it's Cynthia
7
show.
minutes total, and
I
it's
know.
literally like the Cynthia show, which
and
I
they
wasn't mad
gave
about.
Ariana, I think a longer cut was Somewhere Over the Rainbow than Home. But and now we'll talk about it in a minute. We have to finish with Ariana first. So when she turned around though, and it was the shoe on the back. I mean, at first, of course, I saw it and I was like, "Oh, the red ruby slipper, love." But that's my favorite designer. Schiaparelli is my favorite designer.
So you screamed a second time on the toilet,
screaming multiple times on the toilet,
and it wasn't just the
cleared
hot
out
lava.
by the time we were done, honey. Every time I screamed, it was like clunk. Shitting for the Oscars. Yeah, every time I screamed, it was that noise. Oh my god! But you know what?
PP just asked me. PP just asked me 2 nights ago. Chris, yeah, what is Haktua?
Do it.
I had to explain the whole thing.
Not what's Haktua. Old.
Anyway, yeah, that's 2 millennials
just
like
turned
having a
33?
conversation at night. Yeah, the
33,
bedtime
yeah.
conversation.
Damn.
Excuse me, sweetie.
Sweetie pie.
What is a Haktua?
My dearest darling is Mopsy Popsicle. So she sang The House Down.
You lost
that
3 pounds
rainbow
on the
was
toilet that
fucking
night.
Beautiful.
Girl.
She looked so good.
It sounded great.
It was that where you'll find, and she like held
Yes.
fine in her belt.
And you know why? She knew that was her moment because Cynthia was about to take over.
Yeah,
she said,
sang
"You
like
will
a
hear me. You will
motherfucker."
remember this girl."
Then Cynthia walks
Here we
out
go.
in that beautiful white gown
Girl, with the green on the very
big,
bottom
and the giant bouquet on
Oh
her
my
side.
God.
Very Wiz, which is
Girl.
from one of my favorite shows ever, The Wiz.
She
She sang Home, which I had read before I watched it that those were the 3 songs they were singing. So I already kind of knew. I
You would
almost
know.
wish I didn't, but it popped up and I was like, fuck. So
and you read it.
of course I read it. So she started Home, which is like by far one of the greatest songs in musical theater repertoire, point blank period.
It's
There's
so good.
no questions.
And
about
by the
it.
way, before we get off the dress, she's such a thin frame, and like these small little
Yes.
women, these dresses did not wear them.
No, they fucking
They
wore the
and these
shit out of these
dresses were like
They
huge
were
and
big.
billowy. They were big.
And they
Imagine
looked
us in
great
those.
together. They looked great next to each other.
Girl.
Cynthia's nails. I know you live for them nails, girl.
I do.
5 hours at a time, she says.
I believe that. I believe that. And I would let her do anything to me for 5 hours at a time.
Same with the nails on.
With the nails.
So she sings Home.
Yeah.
Probably, my dad said this too, probably one of the best renditions there's ever been of that song. That's a big song to fill. In the movie, it was Diana Ross sang that song.
Girl.
So there's very oh shit, what's her name that sang it on Broadway? Doesn't matter. I forget what her name is. But
matters.
She's great.
It matters.
And she's Stephanie Mills. I knew it would come
Yeah.
soon. She
I have no
is
idea. I'm like-
another huge Broadway. I mean, these are huge shoes to fill.
They
singing
have to
this
be.
song,
I already
okay?
know. I already knew.
And of course, there's this excellent version now of the new cast that I just saw when they came through here.
Oh.
Of that Nichelle Lewis, who's like 24 years old, singing the shit out of that song.
Girl.
With whistle tone. I mean, she sings it down. But Cynthia came out and just like, and I was watching it. I had already thought about it, but I'd love to watch like reactors to these things. And
That's when you flushed and said, "Girl, I'm not leaving this toilet until I finish."
Until I finish everything. So I saw there was this one, and she said exactly what I was thinking. Where that song is all about. It's the first time in the whole show, and it's the last song of the show.
The Wiz.
That you see Dorothy change from the little girl to this kind of like self-realized woman.
Yeah.
And it happens in the song. And it's a very big moment in the show, right? And it ends the whole show. She's alone on a black stage in a spot. And then it ends with everything leaving and the whole backdrop lifts up. And it's beautiful, right? So, in fact, I believe in the Diana Ross version in the movie, she's like in space, literally. Like the backdrop is like stars in space. Like
Not
she's like
Space Jam
it's very,
girl
like,
with Diana Ross.
so she changes her face at halfway through the song. She has this like light. Cynthia has this great way of like she really utilizes her face in her singing, which is super important in
She's
singing.
actor first.
It's
girl.
very
She's
important.
actor first.
Well, not even that. Most of your resonators for your voice. This is a little singing lesson for you, Papa.
I don't need the
Most
lesson,
of
but our
your
audience does. I'm good. I'm
Oh,
good.
Go ahead, sing us a note. I know you are. But most of your like resonators are in your face, your nose, your teeth, your forehead, your eyebrows. It's all there.
Yeah.
So you really have to morph your face sometimes to make sure things are vibrating in the
And
right
you
place.
would never know what that face of
wouldn't.
hers. You would
but
never.
she
clock
uses it. That's why she smiles a lot when she sings, because she's using her teeth. She likes the brighter tone. It's very apparent. She's very like technique first in her
She's
singing style.
literally a master.
So she has a smiley, bright tone. Like halfway through, she's like super serious. She's very focused. Everything is here. And I'm like, bitch, you didn't have to fucking do that to us.
No.
She's saying it down.
She grabbed you by the scruff of the neck
Yeah.
and went,
and ripped my
"Listen to
Adam's
me,
apple
girl."
right the fuck out and then fed it back to me.
"Thank you."
Ugh. And
Delicious.
I ate it. Yeah.
Delicious.
And I could,
Can I have another one? Is there more, mother? Please, sir. May I have some
Literally.
more?
And then she comes back.
Here we go.
Miss Ariaka comes back. And you hear the
And
and I'm literally like shaking because I'm like, what version
The
of this?
toilet ring like scar
Cracked.
underneath
Literally
your
cracked
butthole
underneath me.
is like
So I'm literally, because of course
You got up in
know,
the toilet
I
came
know
with you.
I know they're gonna sing Defying Gravity, but like, is it gonna be a version of it where they gonna
Right.
make the
What's
cuts?
the
They obviously are not
tea?
singing the full song.
yeah,
What are we
is
doing?
it a mashup?
Right. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
So you start hearing and Ariana's walking and I'm like, and then you hear Unlimited and I was like, oh my god, screaming. And they start and they sound perfect together.
Girl.
Their tones are exactly the same. Like, that's really hard with two big singers like that to match your tones so
What if
well.
we
It's
try
very
to do
hard.
that?
Also, again, listen to the way she finishes Home and then the way she starts Wicked.
This is what I was going to tell
It's
you
like two different
earlier
people.
when I said I'll wait. when I said I'm not joking when that like 7.9 minute whatever like version of them, that whole thing of just them, I am not joking when I say I had a 40-minute drive to work.
Yeah.
I had it on YouTube
Just over
on
and
my
over.
phone.
Me.
Ended.
Girl.
I hit took my finger, scrubbed it back, and hit play again.
Yeah.
Here
I've
comes
turned
Cynthia.
you into a Nicki fan.
I went over. Nope. Scrolled. When I 6 times.
Yeah.
I listened to it over and over and over.
I can't get enough.
Until I got to the gig.
I can't get enough.
Girl.
I have converted the shit out of you.
And then I sat in the parking lot till that video was over. And then I was like, now I can get out the car. Thank you. Thank you.
And she starts the big, and Ariana does a little kiss on the hand and leaves. And I was like, ah! Especially because, like, I mean, there is no tea, no shade, but like, Ariana's been in it for a while.
Been in
Cynthia,
what?
like the fame game.
Oh.
Cynthia, in comparison, is relatively newer.
Absolutely.
I mean, she was big on Broadway when she came into the Color
nobody, let's
Purple.
not like mainstream. Nobody really
Right.
like.
Then
People
she
like,
did
who?
the movies and stuff. And
I
she was
wouldn't
great.
know the girl.
But then her big thing was when she started doing these Kennedy Center things. They kept which that's over. But when they kept asking her to come and sing, and she was doing every year, and
I did see the
finally
clips.
she gets this movie of all movie. I mean, this is just like her, and she's got the new album coming out. The new song already dropped.
I don't like the new song. Sorry, Cynthia. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Cynthia.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
I like the song. It's very wordy. It feels a little.
What is it? It's like an R. Something with an R.
Replay. It feels a little juvenile. I feel like she can do better.
If that was my first introduction to her, I'd be like,
love it. Yeah,
I'd be like,
I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
If my first introduction was what I had just seen on that YouTube
I would
17
be
times in
living
my
and
car,
dying and drying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cynthia. Maybe I'll have different opinions later.
No, I agree.
I'll still listen to every single word.
It feels juvenile a little bit compared to what we know she can do. It feels juvenile.
It's pedestrian for sure. It's just not giving what I thought it would be giving.
I'm like, put your version of Alfie on the album and call it a day.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you.
But and then she rises as she hits that.
I know the stage just goes up.
I know. And nobody. And she's got again that serious face is back on.
And you know what?
I know. You know what? I think my favorite part, unexpectedly, of the whole performance was how excited the audience was.
They ate it up. They were like,
and
yes, girl.
These are the worst people to have to perform in front of.
I know.
Because
flops.
they're the most critical. They have the least amount of emotion with stuff. They're the most like uptight about it. So you are already kind of feeling like you're going in at a loss and you have to gain everything back.
They have
and
no
then go
choice.
above and beyond that.
They literally have no choice but to stand.
The second it shows Ariana, they're clapping and cheering and loving. And when that Unlimited starts and they're clapping. I mean, they clapped like they do in the Broadway show. That happens in the Broadway show. Like when she hits the me down and like everybody starts clapping as Glinda's doing that.
You're happy.
Yeah. It's like they were clapping exactly the way Broadway audience.
And I think they had the live people like,
I think that was the pre-recording. I think that was from the cast album. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because that's all the
They
Broadway
probably would have had him on stage, like in the background or something.
Like
You're
with
right.
the
You're
orchestra
right.
or something.
And then when they came out and then like the little thing dropped, you saw the orchestra right there. I was like,
I know. And I mean, and she hit that high. Bring me down.
It sounded like
I was
better and better. Like the
Girl.
more she sang, and I'm like, girl, oh, has she still got a voice left? And then it kept going, and then she ended with that. And I was like, honestly, girl,
I know
she could take my house, my clothes, my cats.
Eating. You know who's the most excited? I'm sad her little press tour at this point is done. I hope she gets something new. Demi Moore. Seeing that bitch, do you see her? I don't know if you watch she's in the front row, of course.
I saw her reaction.
And it's when Ariana comes back to sing with Cynthia and she's like, woo! And then she's literally sitting there like this, like just waiting. Like she's just as into it. Them on the carpet.
You watched
Demi
The Substance,
and
didn't
Zoe
you?
Saldana, yeah.
I didn't, but then I keep seeing that's her.
My dad did not like it, but I just think, here's the tea.
Mike, let me know why.
You have to go in. I told him, I was like, I think there has to be a little bit of research done before you watch it. I didn't have it. I still liked it.
I am doing research by asking you.
Right. I think I can send you the stuff too. There's a whole list somewhere on Instagram of all of the horror references they make.
Oh, I'm not doing all that.
It's very but it's like pictures where it's like this scene is from The Shining and this scene is from whatever.
I can do pictures.
It's like camera shots. So they're saying there's like it feels like there's a lot of awkward scenes in the movie,
but it's
because they're referencing these moments of these movies, and it's very camp. You know, it's gore, but it feels like fake blood almost. Like it's campy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the guy, fucking Indiana Jones, what's his fuck is in it? Harrison Ford. Oh, that's not who it is. It's Dennis Quaid. It's somebody.
I was like, how dare you disrespect Harrison Ford? I didn't know he was in that.
From Dennis Quaid. And he's very like a campy version of what like a Hollywood exec would be.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
You know, they're very. You're supposed to believe that what ugly ass Demi Moore is the one that we're supposed to hate, think she's hideous, and get her off
I'm
the
like,
screen.
girl, it's Demi Moore.
She looks stunning,
of course.
but you know, it's a good campy movie, and I think she got all the praise she deserves over
Now,
this career.
this is when we're about to transition into the catty corner.
Oh yeah, and then we have to wrap up.
Girl, welcome back, because I have something to say.
Some things to say.
I'm already shaking. Welcome back to the cat.
Oh my god, I did see PP there. You scared the shit out of me again.
I know, you got real silent.
I was like,
you were silent.
Oh, I didn't say it.
No, the way I went,
I heard the bang.
PP
like,
got you good.
Hello.
See, I know, we both got shook.
Okay,
welcome back, one and all, to the
Catty
Corner, where two young gays get catty in not a corner. So let's talk about these results. So name one winner that anybody in America would have known.
Not one. I'm pissed.
Anybody?
I mean,
does anybody want to correct
Tias?
me and say the people that won at the Oscars, you knew who they were? Be
here's
honest.
what I'm pissed about. I
No.
actually am happy for Zoe Saldana.
Oh, that's right. I did know her. I
wish
forgot.
it would have been for one of her many other amazing
Not
films.
Miss-
and certainly
Miss
not
Amelia
Amelia
Perez.
Perez. The stupidest film to ever be made. Dumb.
Amelia Perez.
Yes.
At least if anybody won, it would be Zoe. Huh? Tillapeep Shaladote.
Did he win? Did he win?
No.
Oh, no. What's his face?
He
won?
won.
The Macaulay
he won
Culkin brother.
He won not at the Oscars. He won at something else. It was a It wasn't an Oscar though.
All the pictures.
Let me know
of
if
him
I'm wrong.
online
Let
in
me know
that
if I'm
suit.
wrong. I don't think it was an Oscar. Was it an Oscar?
All the pictures of him in that suit being like my favorite stick of butter. Like he creeps. With
Let me
Kylie
know.
Jenner.
See,
No, I think he won the Golden Globe or the SAG.
I think it was a SAG. I think it was a SAG award.
The SAG.
Was it? See, you know, this is why we need PP here to like keep us on like our
On track.
to keep us
Well,
on
you're
track.
the only other one with the phone, girl. So maybe you could. Shaking.
He'll let us know.
I'm glad Zoe won. I just wish it would have been for something else.
I agree.
I was actually shocked the movie won anything.
And I was
after
like,
all
when they
their
were like,
stuff.
the winner is, and I was like,
SAG? Yeah, SAG.
it was SAG, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, now wait a minute. 4 nominations. I was like, now why did Miss What's Her Face from Amora? What's it called?
Yeah, Mikey
film,
Madison. Or
No
whatever.
shade to these lovely folk.
Never heard of.
Not
Well,
one soul had heard of.
And that was kind of the thing because it's like an indie film. They were like, oh my god, the first indie film to win all this stuff, and I was like,
girl, no, I am
it won
not
the best
interested.
film.
I'm not interested.
I was like,
I'm not interested.
and the girl winning the Oscar for Best Actress over some of these others. I was a little. I mean, good for her, but like,
how did nobody from
Yikes,
Wicked win a
Scoob.
single thing?
well, costume and production won.
Okay. Which, well, very well deserved. You can't get better
Costume,
than that.
first black man to ever win the award too.
He was great. I live for him.
His costumes were
The
awesome.
problem is,
Jane Fonda's. Oh,
people
no, that was at
ate.
the SAG.
People ate in Wicked. We got good.
I was very
performances.
disappointed by a lot of the Oscars.
I was like, okay.
I mean, even if it would have been what I expected it to be, I would have been less disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think because it wasn't even like the expected people, I was really like, what the fuck?
You know what I kind of think it is, though? The Hollywood ups for these, like, whatever. They're like, well, everybody expects us to give it to them. And that will just play into this whole, like, oh, we only give it to the
Well-
people that make the money. So they're like, what we're going to do.
Especially because Demi Moore won every other fucking award for this part.
Girl.
So I was shooketh that all of a sudden this is the one she gets chipped on.
Girl.
Can't say that.
Can't say gypped.
You just said it.
Oh.
Not me.
You did say it.
There's no proof.
She was literally.
You did say it.
She was shaken, not stirred, and as were we all.
I
I'm
mean,
I'm just mad
like
about the
I said,
results.
I am too. Thank God that those two started that show off, and thank God everybody else clicked off after that.
Yeah.
Because they would have saw a load of crap. Is what they would have seen. Also, I heard like the Doja Cat performance kind of flopped. I didn't watch it.
And, well,
to be
did you see
honest.
Doja's apology?
No,
She
I didn't even
apologized.
should make an apology, girl.
She had
Oh
to
my
go on.
God.
She had to go online and be like, "Hey guys, I practiced a lot." It was like she was giving like a ballad type number, girl. Doja Cat, brave. And then she had to go and be like, "Sorry, I was like nervous and I was pitchy." Blah blah blah. An apology, girl.
Don't make the
don't
apology.
apologize after your like nationwide performance.
She's kind of on like a downfall, TBH. I just feel like she had such a high.
Not a
with,
downfall.
With what was the first album? Not the first album. But
Well, there
the-
was
the
like,
one that was the most popular.
The like
recent.
creamy, like silky blue, and she's like in the
space one.
space one. Yeah,
What
yeah.
was that called? Woman. Not one. It was called Woman.
Woman is the song in there. Let me
It's
be
not the
a
title
woman.
of the album either.
Woman. Let me tell you right now. Planet Her.
Oh, so not woman.
Planet Her is a great album. I didn't like. You're right. I didn't like
feel
her last album.
I did not either. And that fucking
Scarlet. Nobody
Paint
knows
the
that.
Town Red. I said what I said. Like, I'm bored. We've been on this song for 12 years.
How come that album that we hate, the one 57 minutes with 17 songs, and Lady Gaga could only give us
14
a
for
little
53 minutes? Because I'm telling you, there's a few more coming. I have a feeling. And you know what else is going to have a few more coming besides you?
Hey.
Ariana Grande. The deluxe Eternal Sunshine album is on its way, baby girl.
What's gonna be on it though?
I don't know. She announced, so she's been alluding for quite many months on this press tour that it's coming, it exists, and that it's going to come, but she just didn't know when. Now, all of a sudden, it was like the 1-year anniversary of the album the other day, and I'm on her email list. Shocker, her and Beyonce
Email list?
like you could sign up on the website for like email updates on shit. Her and Beyonce. I'm on both of theirs. Rightfully so, girl, and I'd do it again. I put your email on there.
And you make fun of me for being old.
Girl, I'll put yours on there too one day. Just because don't think I don't have it. Anywho, so she emailed out like happy 1-year anniversary, whatever. On the email, there was a link to pre-save the deluxe album. So it's coming very soon. So we'll see. I don't know when. It didn't even have the
You're
the
literally
date on it.
shaking.
Literally.
You're like, so giddy about it.
I just don't know because she did like the slightly deluxe album where she had like the Troye Sivan. She
The
literally
slightly deluxe
It was like
album.
Eternal Sunshine Slightly Deluxe is what it was called.
Are you joking?
No, it has the Troye Sivan collab on
Slightly
it.
deluxe.
Slightly deluxe album. Yeah, it had like 2 new. It didn't even have like any new songs. It had like the Brandy Monica remix. It had the Mariah Carey remix. It had the Troye Sivan remix, and then it had like a couple, like a acapella version of a couple of the
Everybody's
songs.
eating. First, it was
Okay.
Charlie XCX being like brat, but it's not. But it's
Yeah,
kind of the same
yeah.
thing.
I love
and
that.
now we have like somewhat.
I
Wow, we have a hint of deluxe.
Keep it interesting. I'm bored.
I know.
I'm bored with the just deluxe albums. Let's do
Slightly
this
deluxe.
stupid shit.
Oh my god.
So we'll have some new stuff
Okay.
coming, honey.
Well, do you want to be slightly deluxe?
Well,
for some slightly deluxe
wanna get
content.
you want to get pumped? Slightly deluxe content.
Okay, what?
The OF.
Unlimited.
Why don't I sing it? You go through it.
You think I can't sing it?
Yeah, let me go ahead.
Okay.
No, I think why don't I go?
You want to be slightly.
Wait, ready?
And if you would like to be slightly deluxe, you too can find incredible exclusive clips where you see our videos. You want to see Jordan wrapped in his security blanket? You better follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Also, you can watch this on YouTube. You can subscribe on Spotify and everywhere, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. By the way, while you're there, hit the 5 stars. Hit the bell. Send us a comment and say how much you love this slightly deluxe content. And we'll be back every single Monday.
Just you
Wherever you watch and listen.
Defying gravity. With you and I defying gravity. They'll never bring us down.
Oh, I'm just going to sit here and listen to this concert.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.